Hey, I'm Zackdagger, and I'm going to explain the just concept of Overwatch 2, especially for newer players. If you know the game, this video may not be for you, but if you're someone who's getting into this game or someone who wants to watch the game to understand it, then just stick around and I'll explain everything for you. Let's start off. Overwatch 2 is a 5v5 objective team-based shooter with multiple different characters that all have their own different personalities. Except everyone knows the coolest one is Genji. Let's talk roles. There's three roles. One is the tank. There's only one tank, but he has the most HP in the whole team, and that's gonna be the person that's gonna be leading the fight most of the time. Second off, now we have damage. Damage, they do damage. That's what they're supposed to do. They're the ones that are gonna get picks. They're the ones who get kills. That's basically their whole gameplay loop. Now third, support. Support, they're the ones that won't, necessarily they're supposed to heal, but they also have other important abilities. They're the ones that could probably give speed. Some of them give invulnerability, and some of them make you do more damage. Let's talk game modes. Yeah, game modes are awesome. This is one of the only games that have different game modes, and that's what makes the gameplay loop not as boring as other games like CS or Valorant. First off, let's talk about Escort Hybrid. That's the one with the big payload, and you gotta push it around, and you gotta get to the end. And then once you get to the end, then you swap sides. Then you gotta stop the other team from pushing it to the end. Yeah, it's really fun. Then we have Control or Flashpoint, also known as King of the Hill. Basically, there's gonna be a little point in the middle. The maps are probably always gonna be symmetrical, so they look the same on both sides, and you just gotta capture that little middle point, and you gotta make sure it's yours until you hit 100%, and it's a first to two, best of three to get it. And then there's push. Push is awesome. It's when you get a big robot, and you have them push this barricade, and it's like a tug of war basically, in which you just have the robot push it to the end, and you don't want the robot to push to your end. Or there's also a time limit where, like, if you guys don't push it to each other's end, whoever's farther wins. And then there's Clash, but no one cares about Clash. I don't want to bore you with all the details, but yeah, this game actually has a gameplay loop. Because if it wasn't just shooting and capturing the payload, nothing will happen ever. So that's why Overwatch gave every character their unique ultimate, and ultimates are awesome. Ultimates basically could just win you a fight because the ultimate is so much cooler and better than regular abilities. And in order to get an ultimate, you can't just wait for the cooldown or the timer to go down. You actually have to do stuff. You have to get ult points, and ult points are got by killing people or doing damage or healing or whatever, just doing stuff. You also there is also a timer, but it's like very slow. It's better to just actually do something. What makes ultimates better is if you talk to your team about when you're using your ultimate, and then you combine ultimates together. Because some characters, they're just like, especially a support and a DPS. Like if you have Genji, because Genji's awesome. His ult is Dragon Blade. He whips out this big blade. He starts swiping all over the place, and he starts killing everyone. But the thing is, he doesn't do that much. It does a good amount of damage. It does a lot of damage, but it can do even more damage. So that's why there's another character named Ana, and Ana, she has this thing called Nano Boost, and Nano Boost, it just makes you just 10 times better. And so if you Nano Boost the Genji, and you give him Dragon, and he uses Dragon Blade, he just one-shots everyone. And that's a thing, is like you watch pro play, since there's like 5 characters and they all have their all ultimates, and these guys are professionals, they know how to combine them correctly, they know when to use them, when to combine them. Sometimes they can win fights by just using one ultimate, and stuff like that. And there's a lot of nuances, there's a lot of like stuff you have to talk about, but overall it's just like, usually if you combine, how it really works in the end, if you have more ultimates than the other team in the team fight, you will win the team fight. Chances you don't win the team fight are like if you actually like fully throw. Like you'd have to actually try to lose in order to like lose with 5 ults. And also agent. Well, that's really all I could really tell you about Overwatch. If you're a brand new like person, like looking at it and all that, if you really want to actually like learn about the game and all that, I suggest just watching OWCS or just playing the game in general. But some content creators I'd actually recommend are Coach OC, Spylo, or Kjor. Those three are pretty good. I like those three the most. I mean, I'm an Overwatch coach, so usually I actually deal more with explaining to people who actually already played the game or like know the game a little bit. And or you can, if you ask me on twitch.tv/Zackdagger, I'll even answer some stuff for you. But really, other than that, just either play the game, watch the game. Uh, you know, right? Usually the Koreans destroy everyone else, but last ODCS was kind of crazy. They beat the Koreans. Yeah, that's it. And Quartz is the best player of all.